Welcome back, everybody, to Skyblock Kingdoms. Well, as you see, we have the ant farm, and a lot of work has been done in the first episode, but it's time now to break down and get into the second episode. I have a lot more biomes and things I want to add to the ant farm, but first we have a villager situation, and well, that's because lightning struck some of them, so we got to replace those guys first. Now, I did take a break from Skyblock Kingdoms because I had most of my 6,000 day hardcore, well, it's not hardcore anymore, my survival world video, and I really wanted to finish it before I came back to this world because this world has a huge amount of grind. Look, I cannot handle all these guys being not the same type, so I got to move them around, so I keep all the masons beside the masons and the soulsmiths beside the toolsmiths, and you know what I'm saying. I need a lot of glass because one thing I want to do today is really work on the tube. You know, the tube has just been sort of the skeleton of it first, so I got to get some glass trades, and well, that dude didn't have a glass trade. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not that sorry. Look, we need team players in this organization. Hey, there's a team player. He has a glass trade, and you get to live. Congratulations on your life. Oh, man. Well, we had another accident in the tube, but that's okay. We're going to get a trade that has glass. Look, I want to get at least 5 out of 6 of my librarian guys trading glass. I have one already that has like mending or something. I don't remember what he has, but something good that I don't want to give up. It's a really good start. All my villagers are now organized and trading just what I want, and we can move on with our lives. Well, most of our lives. R.I.P. Oh, but look, I logged on. I see 2 fix from Viking, a gift, and oh, baby, this changes everything. Elytra, can you believe that we've built this entire ant farm and tube without an Elytra up until this point? Yeah. Flight is a beautiful thing. Oh, Viking even put unbreaking on this thing. Oh, Viking, I love you, buddy. I love you. You know, I was just getting ready to walk over there to Cherry Kingdom, and I saw this. So, yeah, that's cool. That's a shulk sensor thing in TNT. So, someone's up to no good. Who could that be? To work inside the tube here, and I have a lot of the glass and sort of idea laid out. Like, oh, look, I want to make the tube a lot more interesting, but first at least we have to enclose it, and then we can actually make some sort of design choices and stuff later. But right now I'm just using deep slate and dark oak and glass and some lighting just to get at least the guts in. Oh, darn, I keep forgetting to harvest clay. This is something I really got to keep going on because I'm going to want a lot of it later for a lush cave biome, which we're going to work on down the road a bit, but I need a bunch of clay harvested first. You know, I just heard that we have an end kingdom now, which I did not know about, and apparently these dudes have been on the grind. Look at this place. This is not how it started. It started just like ours with like a couple little blocks, and wow, I'm very impressed. Yeah, speaking of changes that I had nothing to do with, another thing is check out our Nether hub. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is the Nether hub that I want in all my worlds. This is beautiful, man. Oh, I'm so jealous of this. This is so nice. Well, I'm calling this phase 1 of the tube, and I'm calling phase 1 of the tube done. I think it looks pretty nice, and we have, well, a long way to go, but for now we're pretty good. Look, Cherry helped me a lot to build our iron farm. Cherry and Viking did that together. So one thing that we have to keep is Cherry access. However, this little access road is not where I need to be. So I moved it. It's a lot nicer. They now can come in the ends of the tube just like you're supposed to and not in the side. I went over to talk to Josh, our old Dominion friend, and he actually gifted me a shulker box, which, look, I cannot express how nice it is to have even just one shulker box. It's a game changer. I mean, now being able to carry basically double the inventory space. I mean, getting like 10 shulkers is nice, but just getting one is a huge life change. It's really great. Thanks, Josh. So I returned home from talking to the End Kingdom, and yeah, there is a crying obsidian all over the base, which means I can't open chests. It's really annoying. What's going on here? Is this the void? Do we have another void issue? Oh man, everywhere I go, it's void problems. But, I cleaned up the obsidian, and it's time to move on because you know what? We finally have enough dripstone to work on our Dripstone Cave biome. This thing's got to look good. It's one of the most interesting underground biomes that I want to add, and I want to have huge dripstone coming from the top and the bottom to really sell it. And since we're going 3 blocks wide, well, I need 3 times the width of it, or length of it. Width, length, height. You know what I'm talking. Dimensions, am I right? Now, I do want to have this ant farm to be traversable, which it's only 3 blocks wide, as I said, so I want to make sure that this mine shaft will actually connect into the Dripstone Cave, and that is a little bit complicated, which means we need to actually hang this mine shaft from the ceiling. I think that's how they look in real life Minecraft, right? Little bit of grinding. I got the dripstone done. Now, the next thing is I need to get all this clay because I think I might be finally just about ready. Oh, crap. I forgot to make more. Oh, well, I'll take what I have. Now, I got to start getting up to the very top here and putting some of this glow berries and moss and stuff there to really make this look lush. And it's got to be deep. It can't just be one layer. It actually has to be a few. So, yeah, I'm going to try to light up a couple of these glow berries. I don't know if they automatically start lighting or if you have to use bone meal, so I'll be safe. Now, yeah, I don't know if the vines will turn into glowing glowberries together over time, but I do know that they will grow like regular vines. So I just need them to grow down so they're kind of long. But I think that the lush cave area, it looks kind of nice. I might want to make it a little bit taller in the bottom there, but yeah, I think it looks good. Dripstone and lush cave both look good. Yeah, we only have this one iron farm. I know Viking has been talking quite a bit about maybe expanding the iron farm because iron is our big emerald trade, really, and I've been using it quite a bit, mostly for glass, but now I need it for some other things, so yeah, we need more iron. But while I'm waiting for the iron farm to repopulate, I did go and edit a couple of these nether trees because they went out of our 3-block wide sort of rule here. But Viking built these, and they look absolutely awesome. So Viking did the crimson and the warped biomes in the nether, and they look so good. I actually don't know if he planted these or if he just made them himself. I don't know. Either way, they look awesome. Well, just like you need glow berries to sell the lush cave idea, you need glowstone to sell the nether biome, the nether waste biome. And yeah, I think little blobs of glowstone are really going to help sell it. I just hope I don't die here. I'd like to not fall to my death. Next thing I really need, though, is I want to start work on the mesa. And to do that, I need Terra Cotta. And to do that, I got to get trades. And I got to get the right trades, too, like orange or regular Terra Cotta, something. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of villager juggling just to get it. Okay, this is another one. I don't really want to mention how many of these guys have accidentally fallen out of the tube to their death, but it's been quite a few. Oh, but wait a second. I'm a freaking idiot. We have universal dyeing here. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. So I don't have to have all the right terracotta trades. I can have almost any terracotta trade and then just dye it to whatever color. The only color I can't get is the regular terracotta, but I have a plan for that. Well, since we have universal dyeing, I just had to make a farm, and I did have to buy some cocoa beans from Jungle Kingdom, which is cool. They have a shop set up over at Spawn, so I did that, and I made a whole bunch of dyeing, so that means I get orange, red, and yellow, which really is kind of all I need for the terracotta. Since I can't get regular terracotta, I'm using orange as my base level, and then we use the other ones to make sort of the mesa lines. Oh, come on, there's more traps. Someone blew one up, too, on my beautiful road that I made. Okay, well, that's just annoying. I made this road, and someone blew it up and didn't fix it. Boo, boo, bad form. All right, step back after fixing the road and take a look at the Badlands. I think they look pretty darn nice. Now, this is just the one-dimensional. I didn't make it 3 thick because I'm out of terracotta, but I like it. I Google image just to look at like how far away the spacings are and stuff, and I'm actually glad I used orange. I think it makes the color pop a little bit, especially since the rest of the ant farm is pretty darn gray. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of snow for the top of the mountain, and fortunately, we're allowed to make a snowman. I wasn't sure if that was like a resource that was protected for like only taiga biome, but no, it's not. So yay! I made a snowman, and I'm getting all the snow. I mean, this is a huge pain to put this on because there's some overhangs and stuff, and there's no real good way to do it, but it is going to help so much. It's going to help the mountain be an extra like 6 blocks high, which honestly, I think the mountain's maybe a little too small, but yeah, I think it's going to look really, really cool, even though it's a bit of a pain. Now, I do want to add in some ice for some different colors and stuff, but first, let's just do the snow and a lot of it. Okay, I mean, what do you think? It looks so weird. It's so weird because I can't have overhangs, and that's how I usually do snow-capped mountains, because I can't do overhangs because it's only 3 blocks. I do have some overhangs like on the sides, but I think it's cool. Is it cool? I think it's cool. Maybe it needs a goat up there. Maybe a goat would help sell it. Spawn has really developed into a really cool thing. I ran out of cocoa, and actually I was wrong. I think I said they sell cocoa, but they don't. They sell brown dye only so that way you can't make it yourself. Pretty sneaky there, Jungle Kingdom. Pretty sneaky. Okay, well, back to the Badlands now to get that 3rd block. Luckily, I don't have to go 3 thick like throughout the entire mesa. Only really the front and the back and then the top, right? But all right, we're getting there. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not that huge, really. More on the mines, just setting up some mine carts to really sell that it's mines, because I don't know that I really was. I put in some cobblestone. I know that doesn't appear in a vanilla mine, but I just feel like it's going to make it look like it's been worked on a little bit and maybe help sell the concept just a little bit more. But the other thing that I really wanted to work on now is I want to add a tiny, tiny little jungle biome. It's not much. It's on the other side of the mountain, the far away side from the tube, and I was just thinking I don't want to have just another oak biome. So I'm building these huge custom, I use that word very lightly, jungle trees, because basically, I want to have vines, I want to have jungle to really, really sell. Oh no, this isn't just an oak biome, this is actually its own thing. Now, with the Badlands and the jungle and the lush cave and the Dripstone Cave, that's 4 additional biomes that we have done, and I feel really, really good about it. And check out the Nether. Underground could use some work, but yeah, I like it. One thing that I really think we could add to is underground, is really, really go hard on the underground thing. And we have 2 things that we could add. We could add a trial chamber, and we could add a deep dark. Either of those, maybe even ancient city, I think they would really help, because there's just kind of a wall of deep slate in the bottom, and I think we can make that more interesting. Cherry Kingdom, which, by the way, looking beautiful. Oh, they're doing so much nice work over here. It looks so great, because I'm looking for something very specific, but I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere, and yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe check somewhere else. So I left Cherry Kingdom because all I really want in life is an enchanting table. That's all I really want. I heard there's one around, but man, I can't find it, and I don't really have the materials to make one. I flew over to the End Kingdom, and I was absolutely besieged by phantoms. Yay, phantoms. Hey, I voted for that mob. Don't at me. I thought it was cool. But, yeah, it's not. I was wrong. I admit it. Yeah, the End Kingdom is a really, really long way away from home, so I'm taking the Nether Hub back, and boy, oh boy, I know, I just said it earlier. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I just want to applaud. It's my favorite Nether Hub I think I've ever seen. Honestly, those phantoms made me think, I don't have armor still in this world. I just have my elytra. I don't think I have a single piece of armor. I need to spend some emeralds and actually put some armor on. Now that I'm not falling to my death constantly, it just wasn't worth it when I kept falling into the void and losing everything. But now, if I fall, I should be able to fly to safety. So I think it's time. Let's get some armor. Let's get some enchants. Let's actually progress. But here's why I need armor. Now, I need armor because specifically, I want to find a trial chamber. Look, the copper farm that we have on the server is pretty pricey for copper, and I need a lot. However, there are trial chambers that just spawn in the void, and if you find one, I could just sort of take it down and use the copper. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, it took a little bit of searching, but I finally found one, and check it out. Yeah, it's just like a big stone brick blob right now, but on the inside of this, there is tuff, and there is copper, and there's a lot of it. Yeah, it's time to get to work. Fortunately, the other thing I found very close to the trial chamber is actually an ancient city, and I really need that because I need to get all of the skulk and also, you know, the deep slate and all the skulk parts. But yeah, it's actually really close to the ant farm, so this gives me kind of an idea. I might have an idea for in a little bit here. Oh boy, there we go. There's Wally the Warden. Oh man, it's on. I just keep summoning more and more. There's like 3 of them here. This is problems. Well, I survived at least, and I got a whole bunch of skulk. So I'm going to try to turn this little area here into a deep dark biome. Now, I dug it down deep enough that I'm hoping I have enough room to make a little tiny mini ancient city too, but at least we'll start with the deep dark and then kind of go from there. You know, it's weird. I don't use skulk hardly ever, but man, it's a really freaking cool block, especially at night. It looks so great with shaders. Man, I love it. I got to figure out ways to use skulk more often. But one more trip to the ancient city again, and I got a whole bunch more skulk because I actually used it all. And yeah, you can see right down here in this little deep dark section where it's going to be. And oh, I think it looks really cool. It just helps so much to break up all that deep slate. Oh, sometime later, I got a little tiny mini ancient city. Oh man, it looks so good. Look at that. What a difference this makes. I mean, it looks really, really cool. But the ancient city is missing something. It's missing something really important, and yeah, I'm going to regret this, I think. And now for the part where I am going to do something possibly really, really stupid. Let's build a big bridge and see what trouble we can get into. Trading with some villagers, just enough to get a name tag, because yeah, I'm gonna name tag a warden, and yeah, like I say, I mean, this could only go one way, really, right? You know, I was gonna do a whole bunch of like scary editing stuff and everything, and I mean, look, it turned out that like it was kind of scary, but actually getting them wasn't so bad, especially, you know, since I have the elytra, I can fly around. It wasn't terrible. The scariest part was landing in the darkness, to be honest. I mean, the Warden, as long as you're far enough away, he's pretty darn slow. He just slowly tracks you. But I will say, if you're ever moving the Warden, whenever he does get really close, if he gets just a little bit too close, oh boy, he charges real fast. I need you to look at this dude. Look at this dude just started smelling around, kind of wandering around. If you get too close, you get the blindness thing, and that's kind of a drag. But yeah, it didn't take too long at all. A couple times I fell off because I was blind, you know, and I got scared that he was charging me or whatever when I had blindness. But regardless, I ended up just getting him trapped in his new home. Took a little while, but we got him there. Now, I got a name tag. So the next plan is going to be that I'm going to try to swoop in here and find right where he's at and name tag him as quick as I can. The problem is he might be trapped inside of my little mini ancient city because there's a lantern there. I think that lantern, he's hitting his head and he's trapped. So I can't get too close, because if I get too close to name tag him, well, then he'll see me. So yikes. So I have a plan. I need to break that lantern. Again, if I get close, he's going to sonic boom me and I'll be dead. So I got a bunch of chicken eggs, threw about 1 billion of them in there. So he's going to attack those chickens, and I'm going to be able to sneak right up in here, hit the lantern, and of all things, I actually forgot to name tag him. So I just did the exact same thing again. And I finally stuck the name tag on him. Wally the Warden is home forever. Oh, would you look at him? He's a free-range warden now. Oh, he can just travel all the way up and down the deep dark. Now, I do have a smaller, like a 2-tall hallway to leave it, so he is stuck in the deep dark, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Just in case I ever need to go back there again, I would like to set up just a simple little egg farm here. So I have a couple chickens in this area where they can just like sort of wander around and drop eggs, and I'll just keep them all. Just so if I have to do this again, I'll have tons of eggs to distract Wally. I just used some lower slabs, so A, mobs won't spawn, and B, the chickens, I think, will drop eggs right in there. Yeah, this should work out great. But unfortunately, I need to get back to that trial chamber because I need a ton of copper if I'm going to build a little mini 3-block wide trial chamber of my very own. And yeah, here I am. So I'm taking down all the tough. You know, I thought these were stone bricks whenever I first saw this thing, but they're actually the new tough brick. They look really cool. Kind of from far away, they look very similar. But I'm going to take all of that too, because when you're building a trial chamber, you need both copper and, of course, the tough. And unfortunately, I can hear down in there stuff spawning. So all of the trial things are active, and I may have a real problem. So yeah, I did have a problem. There were about 1,000,000,000,000,000 skeletons all in there. So I got this bow from Josh, a Power 5 Infinity bow. Oh yeah, look out, skeletons, here I come. Yeah, just in case you thought I was kidding, I'm not. There's like 100 skeletons in here, and they're really deadly. They have really deadly aim, so I just keep kind of standing here and just shooting them off. Again, my armor stinks, so yeah, I'm just trying to take them down one at a time until I finally defeat them. But yeah, they shoot me instantly. A little bit of time later, I did clear one room, and all the trial chambers are on cooldown, so I'm not totally sure what I can do to make this thing not start spawning again. I think you have like 30 minutes. Oh, there's another one spawning. Darn it. So basically, after I clear this, I think I need to basically mine out all of the copper and stuff that I want, because in 30 minutes, I think these things start spawning again, and I don't really want to do this again. I got a full inventory and headed back because I need to start planning out where these trial chambers are. Now, this is a new structure. It's not like a desert temple that I've seen 1,000,000,000 times. I don't really know how these trial chambers look, so I'm just looking at images on the internet. I did find one in like a new creative world just to take a look at it. And yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here, honestly. It's just hard to say. You know, I didn't like honey block any of these things, so they're all going to turn green, which I think is what you want. I think there's a lot of green. There are some that are like the copper color. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to use the lights, but I know they'll dim with time. But maybe you can use honey on them to stop them from dimming. I don't know how anything works. Darn it, I don't know Minecraft anymore. I laid out the guts of this place, and I think it's pretty good. You can actually navigate from the surface the whole way through all these. I made sure that there were stairs and everything that went all the way through. However, I have a small vine problem. So I was talking to Viking, and he so graciously he volunteered to do all of this so that I can deal with the vines, and then we can wrap up this episode here. So if you want to see what the trial chambers look like completed, make sure to check Viking's channel out.